In 2014, we were approached by Henk de Kater Hoedemaker. When Henk approached us to make training fun, we created a video game Underground for the Nintendo Wii console. The thing that set Underground apart from other training exercises and simulators was that we created an actual game. And what we did, what we always do in video games, is we try to conjure up these lessons through gameplay and then test these lessons in what you would call, in traditional video games, a boss fight. And by actually having a boss, an enemy boss, a big alien that you could test your skills on, we also constructed video game mechanics that would test and evaluate these skills for not only the player, but the game itself as well. So the core game loop in Underground sees you as the protagonist, which is a small butler robot, trying to save this little girl that's trapped in an underground cavern. That's the core premises of the game, and the loop that you actually have to complete to be able to save this girl is you have to scavenge the underground caverns for metal scrap that you can then melt into bridge pieces that you then very precisely have to place to create a path for these robots to make their way to the exit. In Underground, what we decided early upon was to create a level set that would become progressively more difficult. So as you are being trained better and becoming more proficient into using these tools, you actually progress through a game world that becomes more elaborate. And the puzzles that you need to solve become more difficult. In order to get a high construct validity within Underground the game, we looked at how we could best do our level design. We wanted the rough size of every puzzle to be as large as the abdominal section of the human body. We wanted to be able to train economy of motion, and we also wanted to have a controller that would reflect an actual laparoscopic controller. So we worked together with several companies and designed a piece of hardware that could utilize the Nintendo Wii remote and feel and look as though you're actually holding laparoscopic surgical tools. Underground obviously was the first video game that actually did a combination of training basic laparoscopy skills and being an actual game. So revisiting Underground to us is a fantastic opportunity to learn from the feedback that we got and put it into practice on our first game, on Underground. And we would love to come up with better puzzles that are better suited to the training needs. Underground 1 was released for the best possible hardware that we have access to at the time. And what we're looking forward to with Underground 2 is to look at the available hardware that we have now. And there are so many interesting options out there that we'd love to discover